Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the game Meanwhile at the Con. Now this is a game that is set at a gaming convention or like a Comic Con type thing, and the object of the game is you're going to be trying to generate the most amount of money by building up the best booth, by selling products, by trying to attract VIPs, and also by doing promotions. So let's check it out. Okay everybody, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start with the different components. Right over here we have your marketplace board, and in here there's three sections. There's the print section, the screen section, and then the internet section. And in the beginning, every section is going to have three meeples, and you can choose whichever color meeple you want. Right over here is the genre section, and in the genre section you're going to have the opportunity to place what are called hype tokens on here, and you are going to have an opportunity to earn money using these hype tokens. Object of the game is you're going to be trying to make the most amount of money, and there's several ways that you're going to be able to do this. One of the main ways you're going to be able to do this is by selling your products from your booth. Right over here, you've got the VIPs over here, and each of them are going to have two meeples, and each of these are going to have different symbols on them. Now, one of the ways you're going to be able to earn money in this game, again, is by selling things, and what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to have the most amount of these different sections on a turn to play. Some of these cards you're going to have the whole game, so you're going to have access to these different abilities over here each turn, and then other cards are going to have them for a one-time use. But anyway, you're going to be able to earn these things whenever you have the most amount of stars on your turn, and I'll talk about how that works here soon. Everybody is going to get what is called your starter company card, booth, and it's going to have a symbol on here, and this is going to be the first thing that you're going to be able to sell. In this case, board games. Now, you're also going to be able to sell things like toys and comic books as well, and each of these cards are going to have a initiative number on it. This number is mainly going to be used to help settle conflicts, like if two players are trying to get meeples from the same area, the person that has the lowest initiative number in the game is going to get the first choice. So anyway, there is a two-player variant to this game. The way I'm going to do this review is I'm only going to just show how you do a turn. You also are going to have a fan base over here, and you're also going to be able to score points using this. Here are some of the other starter companies. This is going to represent your toys, and then this is going to represent your comic books. In the game, you've got four different colored cards that you're going to be able to use. One of them is what is called influence cards, and you're simply going to do what it says here on the bottom of the card. This one says add one hype token to two different genres. So in this case, you would just take a hype token and place it on two genres of your choice. Here's another one that has two actions on it. This is going to allow you to add a random meeple to any section, and this also has a promotion icon on it, so you can also use that to play. And here's an example of another one. This will allow you to move any two meeples from any section of the convention board to any other section. There are several different cards like this. Next up, we have what are called the end of game cards, and these are cards that you're going to score at the end of the game. This one says for each hype token on the fantasy genre, get $1. So that just kind of shows you how you're going to be able to make money using the genre board over here. Right over here, these are the promotion cards, and these cards you're going to be using to try to get access to the meeples over here in these different sections. Right here is the internet, here's print, here's one with two screens on it, here's one with a print and a screen on it. And then right over here, these are going to be members of your team, and the people in the VIP are going to also count as members of your team. What they're going to do is they're going to give you, I guess, certain abilities. Every turn you're going to be able to keep them. This will give you a star for every turn. This will give you like an extra board game that you can sell for every turn. This one over here, along with the star, this will actually add to the value of your comic books if you have them. So this would make comic books $2 instead of $1. Here's another one that will give you a print every turn. So now this game has 7 phases in it, and in the very beginning you're going to go ahead and deal everybody 5 cards. The first phase is what's called the recruitment phase, and this is where you're going to go ahead and pick which cards you're going to take for your hand. And then you're going to pick one of the cards, and let's just say I decide to pick one of these, and I'm going to set it down, and then I'm going to go ahead and pass the cards over to the next player. And then they're going to pick a card, you'll pick a card from the new hand, and then you'll pass, and then you'll pick again, and you'll just keep doing this until everybody has 5 cards, and that's going to be the recruitment. Okay, so we've gone ahead and passed and played all the cards, and so I'm going to go ahead and continue on. We're to the influence phase now, and this says play any influence cards, which are the red bordered cards. This card says add one hype token to 3 different genres. So I'm going to go ahead and place this down here, and this is going to allow me to place 3 of these hype tokens somewhere. So let's just say I decide I'm going to play them here and hope that maybe I'll be able to score some money down the line with these. Up next is going to be the team building phase, and this is where I'm going to be placing these yellow cards that are going to help build my team. Now these icons are going to stay with me throughout the game, so anytime I add a team, these icons are going to be added to my abilities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this one over here, and then this one over here. So right now I've got a board game and then 2 comic books on my booth. So now I'm going to be able to sell these. On top of that, I've also got this end of game card, which is going to allow me to get $2 for every yellow meeple in my fan base. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this face down. And then I'm also going to go ahead and play this. This is the promotion that has a print and then the screen icon on it. I'll go ahead and play this over here for now. Now what you can do is if you have a card that you don't want to play, you can actually trade it in for $1. So up next is going to be the convention phase, and this is where you're going to determine which players has the most of each marketing icon and distribute the meeples from the convention board. So what everybody's going to do is they're going to go ahead and look at their cards and see how many icons they have of each, and whoever has the most amount of icons, say the most amount of print icons, is going to have access to the meeples over there in the print section. And the same goes for the screen and the internet. So let's just say that I happen to have the most. So this is going to give me access to this and then access to this. Now I'm only going to be able to take as many meeples as I have product to sell. So right now I have a board game and 2 comic books, so that's 3 items. So I'm only going to be able to take a maximum of 3 meeples. So let's just say I decide, since I'm looking for yellow meeples because of this card, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 yellow meeples. I'll place those 2 over here, and let's just say I take a red meeple and I'll place it over here on the board game like so. After you do that, you're going to go to the star power phase. This is going to determine which player has the most star power and then award the VIP and the associated meeples along with it. So here I have a card that has 3 stars on it. So let's just say I happen to have the most stars. So now I'm going to be able to go ahead and choose which of these cards that I would like, and each of them are going to have an associated ability with it. So let's just say I decide I'm going to go ahead and take the celebrity couple over here. I'll go ahead and place this underneath the comedian like so, and then I also have these 2 meeples. Now since I've already purchased the product, I'm not going to be able to buy anything just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and move these over here to my fan base, and then all the other meeples that you have used to buy something are also going to get moved to your fan base. So I'm going to go ahead and move these meeples over here and then this one over here as well. So after that, you're going to go to the income phase, and this is going to help you determine how much income you generated, and then you'll receive the appropriate money. So since I sold a board game and then 2 comic books, right now they're $1 each, so I'm going to go ahead and end up receiving $3. I'm going to go ahead and put it there in my bank. Now there are certain cards that, again, are going to allow you to increase the value. So for this one, if I were to play this, each board game would now be worth $4. And finally, you're going to prepare for the next round. You'll go ahead and add 3 meeples to each section over here, like so. And then you're also going to go ahead and get rid of all of the cards that you played, with the exception of the yellow cards and the green cards, which are going to be your end of turn. And then we'll go ahead and go to the next round, deal out 5 cards, and we're going to do this for 5 rounds. Now, at the end of 5 rounds, you're going to go ahead and count up all of your money. And first thing you'll do is you're going to go ahead and count up how much cash you made from selling the games. Any end of game cards that you have, you'll get money from that. So for this says get $2 for every yellow meeple in my fan base. I happen to have 2 right now, so in this case I would get $4. Also, you would get money for any of the hype tokens over here. So if I happen to have this card sometime later in the game, this says for each hype token get $1 from the fantasy genre. Right now there's 1 hype token on the fantasy genre, so this is going to allow me to get $1. So anyway, everybody will go ahead and count up all of their money, and whoever has the most amount of money is going to win the game. And that, folks, is Meanwhile at the Con. So my final thoughts on Meanwhile at the Con. Well, I really like the theme of this game. Can't honestly say I've ever seen a game that was based on a gaming convention. I think that's a pretty cool concept. This is a game that does require some strategy. There's a lot of different ways you can earn money. You can earn money by the VIPs. You can earn money by selling games. And one thing that you're trying to do is you're trying to determine, do you want to try to have more product at a cheaper price possibly, or maybe just have maybe a couple of products at a more expensive price to try to generate revenue. So that's one of the things that you're trying to figure out as you're going along with the game. A lot of ways you can advertise, of course. You've got those types of cards as well. So all in all, I think this is a good game. I think this is a game for anybody that likes strategy games where you're having to move meeples around and things like that would enjoy. The rules are not that difficult to learn. The rule book is pretty short, so you can get into the game pretty quickly, I think. But I do like it. It also has a little educational value as well, because you kind of get an idea of what it's like to maybe be a game designer and you're trying to get your game out there. As many of you know, there's Kickstarters and things like that go on all the time. So in a lot of ways, this game kind of gives you an idea of what it's like. You're trying to promote your game, you're trying to sell your game, you're trying to hire people to help with your game. So I would definitely recommend this game. Now this is a prototype version, so the version that you may end up seeing may have some different rules and different cards, but all in all, I like it. It's a good game. All right, guys, that's my review of Meanwhile at the Con. We'll catch you later. Keep on gaming.